Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Today I'm going to show you how I made this simple Deco mesh wreath using the 6-inch Deco mesh from Dollar Tree. For this wreath, I'm going to be using the purple Deco mesh and also the blue Deco mesh. And I could not find any of the wreath rings at Dollar Tree, so I picked up this one at Dollar General, and it is a 12-inch. And you will also need some pipe cleaners cut in half. We are going to be using the bubble method for this wreath. So first you're going to take 3 rolls at a time, and you're going to place one color on the bottom, one color in the middle, and one color on the top. And you're going to keep the Deco mesh in this order throughout the entire wreath. I usually make this wreath with 3 different colors of Deco mesh, but I decided to just use 2 today. So once you have your 3 colors of Deco mesh, or your 3 rolls of Deco mesh in your hand, you're going to gather them together and secure them to your wreath ring. And you're going to be using the 2 middle wires. Take the end of the mesh and just push it to the back side of the wreath. Okay, we're going to be making bubbles. So take your hand, slide it down your Deco mesh, kind of rolling the outer edges inward, and you're going to make a bubble. So I slid my hand down about 6 or 7 inches to make a bubble. And remember, we're just using those 2 middle wires. So take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around that Deco mesh, go to the back and give the pipe cleaner a few twists. You are going to be doing the same steps all the way around the entire wreath. So we're going to be making bubbles. So slide your hand down your Deco mesh about 6 or 7 inches, make a bubble, take your pipe cleaner and secure your bubble to the frame. Now you want to keep the Deco mesh in the same order. So whatever color you have on the bottom, make sure it stays on the bottom. Whatever color you have in the middle, keep it in the middle, and the one on top, always on top, and try not to get it twisted. Deco mesh can be a little bit difficult to work with sometimes because it kind of wants to stick to itself, so just be patient, try to keep it nice and flat, and try to make your bubbles the same size each time. This is my favorite way to use the 6-inch Deco mesh from Dollar Tree. So in the description box below, I'm going to link a Valentine's Day wreath I made with 3 different colors of this Deco mesh. Now in each section of your wreath ring, you're going to want to get 7 bubbles. So you're going to make a bubble, push it forward, make a bubble, push it forward. So each section, try to get 7 bubbles in it. This is a 12-inch wreath ring from Dollar General. Dollar Tree's wreath rings are 14 inches. So for this one, it took 4 rolls of the purple Deco mesh and 2 rolls of the blue. You can make this style wreath for any season or holiday. I try to make one for every holiday because I just really like the way it turns out, and it's nice and full and fluffy, and it's really simple to do. And I'm making this one for Easter, but when I was making it, I thought it kind of reminded me of something like beachy or mermaid, so I may make another one and maybe do some. Right now Dollar Tree has some Easter eggs that are shell-shaped, so I may buy some of those and make one that's in a beach theme too. When you get to the end of each roll, you're just going to cut it off, and then you're just going to take the end of it and push it through to the back side of your wreath and use one of the pipe cleaners that you've already used just to secure the end so that it doesn't flip down or show. So remember, for this 12-inch wreath form, it took 4 of the purple rolls of Deco mesh and 2 of the blue. And most of you that have used the Dollar Tree Deco mesh, you'll know that it frays, but when you use this bubble method, it really doesn't fray that much. So this is my favorite way to use it. So if you make one of these, you'll have to let me know if you like using it this way too and like this method. Okay, so we're starting with our next set of Deco mesh. Same steps, layer them, keep your colors the same order all the way around. So take it, secure it to those 2 middle wires with a pipe cleaner, and then you're just going to take the end of it, push it to the back, and I secured it just like I did the other end. I just secured them together so that it was nice and easy, and the back looks more clean that way. You could use a zip tie instead of a pipe cleaner if you would like. And I'm sorry if you hear something, both Lucky and Parker are here with me right now, so sometimes they get a little noisy. So 7 bubbles per section, And so this is how it looks when you get it finished, and it looks beautiful this way. But I always like to separate my loops, and so it takes a little bit more time to separate the loops, but I like having the colors separate, but you can leave it this way. Either way is beautiful. The way I like to separate my loops, I take the bottom color and I pull it to the left, or the inner circle. The color in the middle stays in the middle, then the color that was on the top goes to the outer circle, or the right side, or the outer ring. So just be patient. They don't slide apart that easy. You kind of have to work them out from under each other, and of course y'all know that the Deco mesh kind of wants to stick together, so just be patient, and then they'll kind of make like 3 different kind of rows, I guess that's what you would say, going around your wreath. If you make this wreath, I would love to see your version. I am on Instagram at Keeping It Simple Crafts, and I'm also on Facebook at Keeping It Simple Crafts. So if you're not already following me there, I would love for you to. So you can kind of see, I did half of it, and you can see the difference. So you'll have to let me know which way you like it better. So now that I have the whole wreath finished, I'm ready to start decorating it. And there's all kinds of ways to decorate your wreath. Now I decided to keep mine simple and very inexpensive, so I am using things from Dollar Tree. I picked up this cute little sign that says Happy Easter from Dollar Tree, my ribbons from Dollar Tree, and my carrots are also from Dollar Tree. Now I'm just going to tie a bow. And this is 2.5-inch width ribbon with wire. And so for this bow, I just tied a messy bow. Some of the colors I did 2 loops, and some I did 3 loops. So there's not really any rhyme or reason. I just wanted to tie a big bow and do it a little different this time. If you do not like this style bow, I have lots of bow tutorials on my channel, so just let me know and I will link one for you. When you're tying a bow, you'll want to use ribbon with wire, because that way your loops will stand up and hold its shape. And I used a pipe cleaner this time to wrap around the center of the bow. Usually I use 20 gauge floral wire, but I just went ahead and used a pipe cleaner for this one. And then for the sign, the little sign from Dollar Tree, I just hot glued pipe cleaners onto the back of it so that I could attach them easily to the wreath. I also had some pink burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree that I was planning on using for this bow, but I decided the bow was going to get too big for this size wreath, so I just went ahead and used these 3 colors. Once you have the bow the size you want, then take your pipe cleaner or wire and wrap it nice and tight around the center of your bow, and leave your pipe cleaner or wires long. And then I'm dovetailing the ends. Just fold your ribbon in half with the edges to the left side, go to the folded side, cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. Then you're ready to fluff the loops on your bow. Normally when I make my bows, I do an even number of loops, but for this bow I did odd on 2 of the colors. To attach the bow to the wreath, I just took the loops, or the bubbles, kind of separated them, squeezed the pipe cleaner through the little loops, then went to the back, gave them a few twists, then cut off the extra part of the pipe cleaners. Same steps with the rest of the little pieces, just found an opening, threaded the pipe cleaners through, went to the back, gave them a few twists. So instead of hot gluing, I decided to put all the little sign pieces on hot glue pipe cleaners to the back and then thread them through. But you could hot glue them on if you choose to. Just be very careful when you're using your hot glue gun. Now for the carrots, I did hot glue them on. My Dollar Tree has really not put out a lot of cute Easter signs or anything yet. This is really all the signs that they had out. They had 2 different styles of this one with the little Easter eggs. So I didn't have a lot of options to choose from. So you'll have to let me know if your Dollar Tree is well stocked for Easter or not. I had planned to hot glue on some of the little styrofoam Easter eggs from Dollar Tree too, but I decided that might be a little bit too much. So I just hot glued on the carrots, and then I went back and kind of made sure everything was fluffed. Thank you so much for watching. I just decided I did not like that bow with it, so I ended up going with a simple bow, so you'll have to let me know which bow you like better. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.